Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new TCL QM6K 4K QD Mini LED TV. Huge thanks to TCL for sending this out for us to take a look at here on the channel. Now, you already know me. I'm not someone to go fully too deep into the specs, detail by detail. If you want that, you can Google it, or you can go ahead and check out my dude Tech Steve, who covers all of that good stuff. I'm here to just simply share what my own user experience has been like with this TV right here. Is it good? Is it not good? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? And let me tell you, for the price that it is currently going for right now, it is definitely worth it. And TCL has always been known for bringing good quality TVs at a very affordable price. So let's talk about price first. And now this goes from 55 inches all the way up to 98 inches. And I'll have a link down in the description below in case you do want to check one out for yourself. But at 55 inches, it is starting at just around $600, $598. Crazy. And for the model I have right here, this is the 65-inch model, $798. So it's currently on a discount right now on Amazon. It's usually $999.99, but they have brought it down to $798. Crazy deal. If you want to pick one up, I can definitely recommend it. Before telling you any more about this TV, it is definitely worth the price. And then of course you got the 75 inches going for around $1,000, 85 inches going for around $1,500, and the 98 inches going for around $2,300. So prices that you really can't beat when it comes to a TV like this. Now with the QM6K right here, this is like their lower end model of the Q series, kind of like the entry level model of the Q series, but they're really packing a lot into this TV right here. Now when it comes to just the whole unboxing and setup with this TV right here, I did post a separate video on that, giving it a full unboxing and just kind of giving my first impressions with it. But you know, unboxing it was very simple. It was actually very nice because the TV is actually very lightweight, so it wasn't a hassle to put it together at all. It comes with both legs that are of a metal build this time around instead of a plastic build, so a little bit of a better quality when it comes to the two legs, easy to install. And the TV itself, even though it is a very lightweight TV, it doesn't feel like a cheap TV either. It feels like a nice solid TV, still looks like a very good quality TV as well. If you look in the back of the TV, we're getting a nice clean look, and you'll also notice we have built-in subwoofers in the back, and we'll talk about sound here in a little bit, but we didn't get that last year with the last Q6 series, with the last Q6 TV of 2024, but this year of 2025, they finally gave us some built-in subwoofer there. So it's just going to enhance the overall sound experience. But when it comes to the ports on the side of the TV, we're getting two USB-A ports, an Ethernet port, 4 HDMI ports with two of those supporting up to 144 Hertz, and the other two support up to 4K 60 Hertz. And one of those do act also as an EARC, so you can connect a sound bar. We also get an antenna input and an audio optical out. Okay, now when it comes to actually using the TCL QM6K right here, once we power on the TV, we are greeted with that Google interface because yes, this is a Google TV, so we can expect to be able to download all of our favorite apps that we can download off of the Google Play Store. And when it comes to just using the TV, just scrolling around, I personally have not experienced any type of lag or latency. It is a smooth experience just browsing around the TV, whether you're looking for something to watch on your For You page, or whether you're going from app to app, deciding on what app you want to use to be able to watch your content, or maybe you want to go into some live TV, because yes, this TV also has live TV, whether it's on the actual live TV tab up at the top, or if you go to the TCL channel, which also offers live TV, it's still a smooth experience all the way around. So me personally, when it comes to just using the TV, I really don't have any complaints when it just comes to overall performance and just scrolling around. But when it comes to actually watching something here on the TCL QM6K, just the overall viewing experience along with the sound experience, I can actually say is very, very good. Now, of course, we will talk about sound here in a little bit, but this TV does support both Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, and the display looks absolutely beautiful. Beautiful looking display. Now, I will say your viewing experience will change depending on, you know, kind of what time of day it is, and depending on how many windows you do have around you, because here in my living room over here to my left, I have a big sliding door right here, which lets in a lot of light. I got another window right next to it, which again lets in a lot of light when the sun is passing by. And if I'm sitting on that side of my living room, I can kind of see, you know, the reflections from the windows on the TV. Now, the TV does get plenty bright. It's more than bright enough. Not the brightest TV I've ever seen, but it is still more than bright enough, and it does kind of compensate for the reflections that we get. It does kind of hide it. It also has an anti-glare coating on the display as well, so that also helps out with the reflections that we would get from these side windows right here. But if we do happen to be watching TV here in the living room, then most of the time we are kind of closing the blinds a little bit. That way a lot of that reflection or light is not coming through, and then we really don't have to worry about that at all, especially if we're sitting on the other side of the living room. But I mean, just the display itself is absolutely beautiful, and I've tried watching multiple things on this TV to really test it out and to really see what I think about just the overall quality, and I am more than happy with it. And as you can see here, I mean, we have it set up in our living room because I really wanted to just use it for everything, not just for what I use it for, but for what the rest of my family uses it for as well. We all watch different things, we all play different games, and I really just wanted to see what the experience would be like using this TV as our main TV here in the living room. And honestly, it has been more than good enough. We get a nice sharp picture with smooth transitions, nice vibrant colors, but I will say, depending on what it is you are watching, sometimes if you use that vivid mode, colors can tend to get a bit too saturated, so you will have to switch up your picture mode. But like right now for this background, I am actually using the vivid mode because I think it looks absolutely beautiful with this background right here. But like I said, you will have to switch it up depending on what you are watching. Now, of course, there are different picture modes that you can choose from. Like I said, this also supports Dolby Vision, so you will have your Dolby Vision modes to choose from as well. Me personally, a lot of the time I'm either using intelligent mode, standard, and like I said, sometimes vivid mode. But I will say that it seems like vivid mode is the brightest out of them all. Of course, you can go into the settings and turn up the brightness on the other modes as well if you would like to do so. But when it comes to just straight using, the picture modes and how they are already set on this TV right here, vivid mode does seem the brightest out of all of them. Okay, so really quickly here, as I was editing this video, I realized that I didn't give you guys my thoughts on the viewing angles here on the QM6K. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly here. So of course, like with any TV, when you're sitting directly in front of it, it's going to look its best. The colors are going to look the best. It's going to look more detailed, more sharp. You're going to get the best picture. But it's usually when you start stepping off to the side or sitting more at an angle to where the colors will start to look washed out. The TV won't look as detailed. Things won't look as sharp. Please excuse the reflection from my ring light over here. But I gotta say, the viewing angles on this TV actually look pretty good. Now, of course, yes, the colors do, they're not as vibrant as when you're sitting, directly in front of the TV. Picture doesn't look as sharp, but I mean, as you can see, I'm way over to the left side over here, and you can clearly still see what's going on the TV. So in my opinion, the viewing angles are not that bad. I'll go ahead and walk over here to the other side. Now, of course, what you guys see on camera is not going to be exactly the same as what, you would see in person. But again, this is just to give you a, just a small idea of what viewing angles would look like on this TV right here. And like I said, just based off of my own experience with this TV, they're actually not that bad. But what do you guys think just based off of the video here? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, but now let me talk about sound, because as I mentioned earlier, the QM6K right here does come with built-in subwoofers to really enhance the sound experience, which is a change from last year's model, which didn't come with built-in subwoofers. And with last year's model, really wasn't the best sound experience, and I did recommend using a soundbar. But when it comes to using the sound here on the QM6K, I will say that sound is pretty good. Sound definitely gets more than loud enough. You're getting a nice clear sound, a full sound. Those subwoofers really help bring out the fullness in the overall sound experience. Of course, you're gonna get more low end as well. But I will say, if you do turn it up too loud, the sound kind of loses its good quality. So I really wouldn't turn it up the loudest, because I don't know if it's the subwoofers in the back or just the overall speaker system in the TV itself, but it kind of gives like this, like some of the cleanness of the sound goes away. The bass doesn't sound as good. So I will try to keep the sound about mid-level. I mean, it's more than loud enough, not turning it all the way up to 100%, at least for my size living room right here. But I can imagine if you do use it in a bigger room setting, gaming, you will have to pump up the volume a little bit more. So I do recommend using a soundbar with this TV if you do plan on having it in, more of a bigger area, and if you just want a better, overall sound. And that's kind of really with any TV. Of course, you're gonna get a better sound experience with, using a full-on sound bar and a separate subwoofer, and it just will add on to the sound experience here. But if you don't want to dish out the extra money for any of that, honestly, the sound on this TV, coming from the speakers on this TV, along with the built-in subwoofer, it's gonna get you by. It's gonna do its job, and you will still be able to enjoy using this TV just with the built-in speakers alone. But like I said, eventually I do recommend getting a soundbar, and I did review TCL's Q85H soundbar not too long ago here on the channel. So I'll drop a link to that video down in the description below in case you want to check that video out. That soundbar is absolutely amazing. I enjoy my experience with that soundbar right there. So I can definitely recommend that one. Like I said, I'll have a link down in the description below for that as well.
Never be as great a hero as your father. You don't point at me!
Alright, so our first stop here today is going to be the TCL booth right here behind me. Just looking at it from afar, it already looks really, really cool.
All right, here we go. About to officially get on the ship.
So when it comes to gaming here on the QM6K, I can personally say that the overall gaming experience on this TV right here is actually really, really good, especially at this price point. Now, as you can see, I do have my PS4 hooked up, but we've tested out both my PS4, my PS5, which is usually in my gaming room, which is why I don't have it out here, because, when the family's out here watching TV, sometimes I feel like playing games in my office. So, I have my whole gaming setup in there, and I most of the time have my PS5 over there, but I have brought it out here to test out with this TV as well. We've even tested out a Nintendo Switch with this TV, and no matter what gaming console we're using, we're getting a great gaming experience with this TV right here. So once we do turn on our gaming console, it's going to automatically bring us into this gaming mode. Now, if you long press the button with the three lines here on the remote, which we'll talk about the remote in a little bit, but that will bring up a dedicated gaming bar, and this gaming bar has actually been upgraded from last year's models TVs, and it's actually really nice. So up at the top, it's giving us the game console we are on, the current frames per second we are getting. It's gonna let us know if HDR is on, auto low latency mode is on, and even variable refresh rate. It's also going to give us an aiming aid, which is definitely going to come in handy for shooting games. So if you want a little bit of aid, you can do that. We have a magnifier, we have gaming picture mode, so we have RPG, we have first person shooter and original. And then we have auto low latency mode, which you can turn on or off, which is great because before it didn't really allow us in this gaming bar right here to automatically turn that on or off. And the same thing with the, hold on, let me pull it back up. And the same thing with the variable refresh rate. We also have this option to be able to turn that on or off as well. We got shadow enhancements, which you can turn off, low, medium, or high. I currently have it on medium. And then you have a menu to dig further into the gaming settings here. So you got the frames per second floating window, which is actually going to keep that frames per second up top of the TV to let you know how many frames per second you're getting during your gaming. So that's a nice add-on right there. We have HDIG, which is HDR Gaming Interest Group, only available when HDR signal is detected. We have high frame rate mode, which I do have turned on. Enabling this allows for input of frame rates higher than 120 Hertz, because this TV is actually capable, it's got a native refresh rate of 144 Hertz, which of course, you're not gonna going to be able to get with the gaming console. With gaming consoles, you'll only be able to get up to that 120 frames per second. But if you bring a PC into the mix, then you can get that, you know, higher refresh rate. And then of course up to 240 with variable refresh rate. So that is nice as well. Then you can change up your screen ratio, screen position, your theme style, set the theme style according to personal preference. You have blue, green, and cartoon, and then you have your facts page. But as you can see, we definitely have a lot of different options here to really customize our gaming experience on this TV right here. Okay, so just jumping into a quick game here, just so you can see what gameplay is like on this TV right here and what the color is like and everything. Of course, I jumped into Fortnite here because it offers a lot of color here in the game and it looks great on this display. If you look up at the top right, it is giving us the current frames per second. Of course, like I mentioned, I am currently on my PlayStation 4, so of course I will be getting, you know, 60 hertz. But if I go into the gaming bar right here, like I said, we do have the option to be able to change up the, hold on, I'm getting shot over here. Let's see, where they at? Have the remote in one hand. There we go. All right, so like I mentioned, we do have different gaming picture modes. So we have a role play game mode. We also have first person shooter mode. Let me go back. Now, if you don't do anything for, you know, a certain period of time, the gaming bar will go away on its own. So we have first person shooter mode, which gives it a little bit more brightness. As you can see there, it's a little bit brighter, a little bit more vibrant. And then we have original mode as well, which kind of mutes the color a little bit. It's more of a warmer tone. And me personally, I think I like the first person shooter mode. Let's see, I'm getting shot again. There they are. There we go. All right, now, like I mentioned earlier, we do have also auto low latency mode. Man, these guys don't want to let me talk. They just want to keep going for me. I'm all out of ammo. Let's see, can I beat him with my axe? Oh, it's a bot. There we go. All right. So now, if I can just sit here and talk for a bit, let me go ahead and go back into the gaming bar here. So like I mentioned, we do have auto low latency mode on as well. Variable refresh rate is on as well. And then we have shadow enhancements. So we can turn it to low, medium, high if you really want to enhance those shadows. I'm someone who kind of likes it to either have it around medium. I did have it on low earlier because I was kind of messing with it, but I usually have it around medium. And then, like I said, you do have your other options to further go in and customize your whole gaming experience. But I mean, as you can see, even at 60 hertz, gameplay is super smooth on here. Me personally, I don't really experience any type of input lag. Of course, I don't have the right kind of tool to measure that, you know, to really go into detail with it. But just, you know, playing here based off of my own user experience, gameplay is super smooth, very, very enjoyable. And honestly, I really can't complain when it comes to gaming here on the QM6K. Now, one thing that I came across while browsing around the QM6K right here is that we have this option, just like what we have with the Next Frame TV, to be able to show artwork here on this TV, and it's its own separate app. So let me go back home here so I can show you guys. If you go to T Exhibition, you click on that, it's going to give you different artwork to choose from to be able to put up on your TV to say, maybe you don't want to have it off, maybe you want to just have it on as a piece of decor in your home while it's not being used. Well, now you have this option to be able to choose from many different artwork, and that's kind of where I got that artwork that you guys were seeing earlier while I was talking during the video. But I mean, they got tons of different ones to choose from. They even have live artwork if you want to, you know, set something up like that as well. And they got a lot of great stuff to choose from. So it's just nice to be able to, you know, throw something on like this and just have it on as a background on your TV, you know, as just part of decor in your home. But when it comes to the TCL QM6K right here, oh yeah, and it also comes with background music. Let me go ahead and turn that down right there. So some of these do have their own background music, not all of them. But like I was saying, when it comes to the QM6K right here, I mean, it's a TV that I personally think is definitely worth it for the price. When it comes to the remote right here, we're getting a backlit remote this time around, and you know, nice lightweight remote. It's full plastic build, but you also get your dedicated buttons on here like Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, Apple TV, TCL TV, and Disney Plus. So those are always nice because me personally and us here in the home, we are people who use Disney Plus, YouTube, Netflix. So it's nice that we have those dedicated buttons here on the remote. But overall, TCL QM6K, definitely a TV that I can recommend, especially for the price. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if you do find yourself interested in this TV right here, I'll make sure to drop a link down in the description below so you can check one out for yourself, along with that soundbar if you do want to add a soundbar along with your purchase. But if you have any questions for me, maybe something I forgot to cover in this video, just let me know down in the comment sections below and I will do my best to answer those questions. Thank you also very much for watching. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thanks for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.